All right, guys, welcome back. Just want to start out by saying sorry for like 2 weeks it's been since I've uploaded, 2.5 weeks. I don't know really what's going on. Yesterday, me and Tori fished at Hamilton, and I recorded like the first 4 hours, or first like 2.5, 3 hours, and I never put another battery in the GoPro. So I want to apologize about that. A little recap on Hamilton, guys. Tough tournament, mainly because of the boat traffic. There was like 19 boats, pretty much. I'd say at least 15 of those boats were all in the same channels. And it was just sharing water with people all day long. And I hate that, but it is what it is. And you got to deal with it. I mean, especially if that's like all you had, which was what I did. I mean, all I had was that channel. There's two little spots that I really had loaded up with fish, and I just relied on, finding the opportunity when somebody quit fishing it to go in there. Yesterday, it took 23 pounds to win with Heath Wagner won. Congrats to him. That's an awesome day. I figured it was somebody was going to figure him out. They're just in there. You can see even on LiveScope, those fish are just loaded in them channels, and they're super finicky because, I mean, you got to think about it. All these people casting, all these people chucking around A-rigs. I mean, it sounded like a war going off back there. It was just boom, boom, boom. Everybody casting in the same spot. And that's something that we missed early in the morning was an A-rig bite. In practice, I could not get them to hit an A-rig, and I felt like it had a lot to do with position of the boat and where I was at and where they were at. Seems like to me, anytime I've caught them on an A-rig, they follow it for a while. That's just me, though. Maybe it's because I'm not throwing the right baits. But I've seen on LiveScope, even yesterday at Hamilton, they were following the A-rig for a while before they hit it. Maybe it was just because they weren't that aggressive. I don't know. But guys, I just wanted to give kind of a recap on Hamilton and what I've been doing. Fishing's pretty good for the most part. You think I'd be saying it's great because, somebody just caught 23 pounds of fish. But guys, you got to realize if you're in the right place at the right time, things can happen. It doesn't mean everybody's going to have a magical day out on the water. That's just fishing, If you are in the right place at the right time, you can make things happen within half an hour to an hour. It doesn't take long. And that just never happened with us. I had one fish, me and Tori had one fish at like 11 o'clock. And mind you, this tournament started at 7:30. Most people already had their limit. And I could not get them figured out, guys. It was one of those deals that the water, the fish are so pressured, they won't hardly bite nothing, 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I made a video at Hamilton. I made that video at Hamilton about 3 weeks ago. And guys, I was killing them on that swim bait. I mean, not killing them, but I had 15, 16 pounds, whatever we had. And I was catching smaller fish too. Yesterday, I wasn't catching nothing. And finally, I started throwing around the stunna and the perch color, and I noticed they were following it a lot more than they were anything else, and I started getting bites. I got me a little rhythm going on, and a lot of it had to do with using my LiveScope to cast at these individual fish that were kind of suspended, or even 3 or 4 of them that were kind of just suspended up in the water column a little bit, and repeatedly casting at those fish until one would bite. And we actually scrapped up a limit doing that, and we caught 3. I had 3 fish that were almost 10 pounds, 10 or 11 pounds for 3 fish, and all we needed was two more big ones. I mean, we ended the day out with 1360, and I think second or third place was 16 pounds, 15 and a half pounds. I mean, guys, we were 2 bites away from being second place. We were not going to get 23 pounds of fish, but mind you, it's just, you can change a day in no time. And that's what I kept telling Tori is, we were both kind of down and whatnot. But guys, the moral or the basic, I don't know, the main idea of this video is I just wanted to tell you that in fishing, you can change your day in 1 hour. I've done that a couple times where I've had one fish and there's like an hour or 2 hours to go. And here I am sitting with 13, 14 pounds and it's like, whoa, like I might be able to win this thing now. But find something that you're confident in and stick to it. And I promise you, about 80 to 90% of the time, you will have results. No, you might not win, but you're going to have results. Yesterday, even though we didn't win no money or win the tournament, I won with myself. I beat the lake, in my opinion, as far as figuring it out. The lake didn't beat me. I ended up with 5 fish. A lot of people didn't even catch a bass yesterday or keeper. And, that's what happens when you have that much pressure on a lake. They shut down and it makes it hard to catch fish. But I strongly recommend, like I said, sticking with something that you're confident. That's the biggest thing with fishing is I feel like if you're not confident and you're throwing something that you're like, man, I wonder if they're biting this, or which we always are like that. But once you get something that you're like, okay, if I stick this in my hand all day long, I might be able to do something, do it. Like for me, that jerkbait, nobody was throwing jerk baits. There was 3 mile an hour wind most of the day and sunny. Why would you be throwing a jerkbait? You know what I mean? That conditions just don't line up for it. But I was just seeing their attitude on LiveScope and they were interested in it. You know what I mean? It's like, if you can, that's why I think LiveScope is so important. It's not even really to watch the fish bite it. It's to learn their attitude, learn what they're kind of like. Okay, if you cast out this jerkbait and you got 4 that are following it, like following all the way to the boat, you might even get one. You probably should keep throwing it. If you throw out a chatterbait and none of them are moving, they're just sitting there, I probably wouldn't throw the chatterbait. It's just common sense as far as that. But that's really what LiveScope, in my opinion, is used for, is fishes, dialing in the fish's attitude and actually casting towards a fish. The whole cheating or LiveScopes, whatever, that's just a whole nother video. I use it. Most people have it. I'm going to use it. End of the discussion there. Whatever about that. But guys, I really just wanted to make a video regarding yesterday and kind of, most people they'll always have that experience, and especially fishing, is like, man, I suck, or I'm getting down. I watched a guy catch like 20 keepers yesterday, Colin, within an hour and a half. And guys, you know how that made me feel? It made me feel like, man, what am I doing wrong? I'm throwing the same bait, basically throwing in the same spot. But guys, it's just a matter of he probably had the right bait, right retrieve. There's so many different things, and you can't let that get to you, man. You just have to put your head down and fish at the end of the day. But hopefully you guys can take something from today. I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, especially in tournaments. They want to get all like antsy, and I understand that. Sometimes you got to make moves and whatnot. But guys, if you just stick to something that you're confident in, and you just fish, fish your heart out, you will see results, guys. I've been in some serious situations sometimes where I've been down in the dumps, but don't let it get to you. But anyways, I did want to show you guys the wrap. I'll try and, this is all on the front camera. So here, whoa, this is kind of hard. So here we got DTO, Kevin with Tight Liners Customs, track channel, obviously Country Lane Hardscapes. It's kind of bent because of that. There's like a little ridge there that goes all the way up. That's actually a company I worked for. And then we have Second Amendment. I just want to say, guys, huge thanks to them. Please check them out. They're helping me through everything this year. Entry fees, discounts. They're just helping me. It's kind of hard for a working guy, it's kind of hard for somebody that's not a millionaire or whatever to do this and travel and really try and become something in this. I'm not fishing I'm not fishing Bassmaster Elites, but me to go to BFLs and, you know, I got my diesel, my food, entry fees. That's a lot of money to travel, whatever, 5-6 hours, or if I want to fish one somewhere else. And, you know, that adds up. And, you know, you got bills, you got stuff breaking, you know, a boat, that's just a money pit. But I just want to say a huge thanks to those guys. Please check them out. I am working with Second Amendment at the moment. We're trying to get some baits lined up, and they're ordering. Basically, they're really upping their fishing this year. I'm helping them out on that. They're doing some on their own too, though. But definitely check them out. There's still a lot more to come, guys. I know that they've been posting pictures and whatnot. No, there's still a lot more to come. Trust me. We're gonna be getting it loaded out, trying to. Seems like the stuff that's in stock, or you can't hardly order anything, and that just goes with everything, even with work. To get some supplies for, like, we're doing retaining walls and block work, it's non-existent. You can't even get the blocks to do it, and it's just a nightmare. All right, guys, enough nagging. Thanks for watching the video if you did, but guys, always remember, keep your head up, and I promise you, you will see results. I'm not trying to be cliche. I know everybody says that, but it's just how it is. You know, if you stick to it, fish your heart out, I promise you'll see results. All right, guys. Hopefully, the next video, I don't know, maybe I could just make a trip somewhere, try to get up a monster bag of fish or something. I'd like to go to Palestine Lake. Water's about 44 degrees right now, so that lake should be turning on. Last time I was there, it was like 39, and it was just miserable. We only caught like 2 or 3 little ones, and that was it. But that lake's got some monster fish in it. But alrighty, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.